Hello and welcome. These are horse racing selections for Saturday, the 3rd of February. I am Flat Cap Callum and I'm hoping you are all very, very well. Okay, the aim is to be fairly brief this morning and get going. We're already 10 o'clock at the time I'm recording this video. We have got £20 stake for Saturday, 2 bets, 1 main bet. Ambitious endeavour is how I would describe it. For those of you who've got accounts that are restricted, but even if you haven't, to be honest, might be a tricky one to get on. We'll see. We'll get to that. That's the main bet, and then we've got a saver bet on the all-weather Yankee as well. So we've got 5 horses over the jumps, 4 on the all-weather later on. That's the plan. I need to go through yesterday's, mention the golf, and tips the league. I think that's it. We're going to cruise on through those bits. Yesterday, not good. 1 place away from getting our money back at least, but yeah, I was happy enough with the Maidan ones at least. So Thunder of Niagara ran a nice enough race, was 4th. Erzincan got caught out a little bit wide. Ursa Minor second at a nice price, 40s was the SP. Channel took 28s with a 15p rule 4 deductions. That was a bit annoying. And then Return to Dubai was a couple out of the places, and then Samaxi was 1 out of the places. So place double and a couple of place single returns on bet 1, which is what got our money back. And then Dundalk, I mean, just one of those ones, wasn't it? But Dutch Glory 8-1 into 4-1 out the places. Mere Accountant 20-1 into 13-2 out the places. Banana 3 12s into 8s out the places. Gentle Breath backed in out the places. Don't Look Now a bit shorter and was placed. So all of them shortened. So we're in the right ballpark in terms of value compared to the starting price market, but nothing back for that. So I think it was 11.96 loss, which means we're down about 26 for the week. So our kind of down for the year slightly creeping up now. So what we really want is this Saturday to be a good day and get us back on track. But you never quite know when it's going to be your day or not. As I said, ambitious endeavour is this Saturday. That's that. Word of the golf. Not brilliant on that either, to be honest. We got the one guy in the Bahrain Masters. Let me just check. He is... what's he doing? No good. No, he had a few birdies to start with, and then it's gone back again. So yeah, I think our focus will be on Pebble Beach and see if we can get any of those guys up in the frame for that one. And then let's do Saturday's bets then. Saturday's bets. Right, here it is, the much advertised ambitious endeavour bet. I am happy with this bet, and most people who don't know what we do on this channel will just look at that and go, this guy doesn't have a clue, does he? You, great people of the channel, you decide whether I've got a clue or not. We are going 2:15 Musselburgh in the long distance. Was it the Edinburgh National? No cruise yet. That is a proven stayer. There are not many of them in that race. So although, you know, it's an exposed enough horse, it's running a lot of these sorts of longer distance races, 22s is a good price for a horse that you know will stay. So we'll keep that on side and a yard that we'll give it a go. 2:42 Wetherby. I don't know if I've missed something, but that horse should not be 50-1. We've backed it a few times, the King of May. Absolute drifter this morning. I'm happy with that. 50-1. That is an absolute cracker price. If you ignore the last run where it went a bit far, and then you focus on the 2.5 miles on soft ground, that horse looks like it's going to be competitive. So I don't know where the 50-1 comes from. Maybe it's carrying an injury. Maybe it's just other people are liking other things. But King of May 50s is my favoured of the day. As you'll see on this bet, I've got 3 50-1 shots. King of May's the one that I would prefer of the 3. 250 Musselburgh. This was a tricky one. A lot of these horses run against each other a lot of times, and a lot of times at Musselburgh specifically as well over this distance, and the ground tends to be similar-ish. Of the prices, Collingham's the one that has stuck out to me. There's some ones at bigger prices you could definitely argue a case for. Collingham is the one where I think it was a bit of a funny muddling race near Christmas, where I did back Scott's Poet as one of multiple horses in the race that went and won that day. But I think it was a funny run race in terms of pace. So I'm kind of drawing a line through that race. And if you go back further, I think Collingham's the right one at the price. Then the big field handicap at Leopardstown, just going one horse, Castlefield Boy, 50-1. Again, it's run a couple of good ones and a couple of not so good ones, so it's an inconsistent horse. But on a going day, that price is going to look too big. So Castlefield Boy 50s, finishing off Sandown, Barbados Bucks 50-1. So there are 3 50-1s in this bet. How often do they come up? Who knows? Doesn't really matter because it's about value, and they might even end up going off shorter. Barbados Bucks 50-1. It runs relatively consistently. And for a 50-1 shot to run consistently, there's not many bad runs it's done, albeit it doesn't look good enough to win the race. It's like suddenly a leap of form for a horse that used to be trained by Nichols. But that being said, it runs consistently enough where I think it's 4 bookies. I think it's Paddy, Sky, 888 Hills, paying 5 places. That's definitely worth trying in that. 10p each way Canadian, 50p each way singles on the 2 Musselburgh horses, 75p each way singles on the 3 50-1 shots, 45p each way double. Hopefully it's just clear enough. 45p each way double. That's Barbados Bucks and King of May. That's the main double of the day. 12.60. Sky come out best. Paddy second best. Hills 888 joint third best. And then 365 Betway Betfred is the order of those. What I'd advise, even if you just channel stakes, right? Some bookies just will not want a bet like this at all because the liability is far too huge. And then when other people start copying the bet, it's not going to go down well with the algorithms. So if you struggle to put it on as is, put the Canadian on separate to the singles. That can, even at this sort of stake, it's a way of working through the system. So put the Canadian on first, do singles on second, do it that way, or then break it down and do the doubles, the trebles, do them all separate bets if you're struggling to put it on all in a oneer. But that's the main bet of the day. That is where I'm doubling down on my strategy of value and price. All right, and then the saver bet. My word, this has changed a lot. And there was the top one I'll talk to you about. It's that's niggled me a little bit. So I've got 1 at Wolverhampton, 3 at Kempton to save the bet. This morning that only had 1 horse in it that's the same. So I've changed this quite a lot, this bet. 430 Wolves, that's the only horse that's still in there, but I was gutted. I missed the price drop on it because I knew it was going to come in. But it's happened too soon. I thought it would happen later. So Pop the Champagne was a solid 20s this morning. 8s is what I've got for channel. It's a profile of a horse that most people won't go anywhere near. So that's good money has gone for that horse. It's second run in a handicap, although it's an 8-year-old because it's done a lot of jumps and stuff. It's proven on all weather because it won first time out in a bumper. I seem to remember I was about 3 years ago, I think, and before I did the channel, and I remember backing it on debut on a bumper. It's a second runner handicap, and I think this is the time that it will be tried. The jockey booking is a big positive in that regard, 8-1 is a bit short in terms of on bare form. You wouldn't want to back that horse at 8-1, but I think I read that's a bit of a job to do. So Pop the Champagne at 8. So I've kept it in, even though it is under the threshold technically, but it happened literally just as I was pricing up everything. 445 Kempton, I was between a couple and I flip-flopped this morning into Comedian Leader 8-1. 645 Algae. Now that was one wasn't in the bet because you could get 6s last night, drifted out to 12s this morning. That's got in now at 12-1. That's a good price. And then the 715, I was on one that's gone shorter, so I'm going to go with Rainbow Dreamer, the veteran horse that is lurking on a decent enough handicap mark that if Ross Orion can get a tune going out of that one, we could get that framing. So 20p each way Yankee, 2 times 50p win singles, that's the top 2, Pop the Champagne and Comedian Leader, and then 250p each way singles on Algeed and Rainbow Dreamer. That is it. 740 Sky Best, 365 second best, then Hills 888 Unibet, Betfred or Betway are your joint third best bookmakers. Those are the 2 bets. Tips the League back today is a bonanza day in terms of Tips the League choices. I think there's 4 races. Is it 4, maybe even 5 at Sandown, 3 at Musselburgh, and a couple at Leopardstown. So have a look in the comment for the video, and you'll see the eligible races. If you're using Leopardstown, it has to be the ones that are on the TV, which is the 3 o'clock and the 3:35. They're the only ones that count. The Musselburgh ones, the Sandown ones, a little bit easier because they're in time order. So please make sure you select valid races. You have to reply to the comment that I put in this video to enter. If you just put in the general comments, it doesn't count. So please make sure you do that. 10-point maximum stake. 3 points is the maximum amount of selections, no multiples. All the details are in there, but most people are getting it good at the moment. So that is there for the Tips League. Can anyone take Shosman's crown? Shosman, the January champion for Tips League 2024. Can anyone take the crown? Let's see. And then as far as tomorrow, it looks good enough. I'm going to keep an eye on it. My expectation is I might pop up at some point late tonight with a bonus video, but I will keep you informed. But I think it's good enough potentially for bonus video. It all depends if I can find the value in the individual races. So I'll let you know what the plan is. But as far as this weekend goes, £20 down on Saturday. We need something popping to stop us going 3 weeks in a row of dross. All right, have a good weekend. Potentially see you in another video. Otherwise, see you Tuesday night. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.